It's it's now, you know, a week into June, and it has been extremely cold where I live. It's very foggy right now, and I am fucking loving it. I grew up in a place with very
This might interest you, sir.
severe summers that were, you know, like 90 plus
You may want to look into this.
like every day of the summer, like starting in like definitely starting by June. But where I live now is very much not like that, which is extremely pleasant. Let's, I'm gonna back out of here real quick. I do want to check out, there's the Black Emporium, if you remember it from the second game. It was the DLC shop that was available. And it has made a return in this game. Also as DLC. Not included in the base game.
Urchin, bring me a moist towelette.
That's just the loudest loudest dude in the entire world. Okay. So similarly to before, this guy sells a shit ton of stuff. I did want to come over here to the mirror that lets you change your appearance, which I love when games have this in them, but holy shit, it is so fucked up that in this game and in Dragon Age 2, this thing is only accessible through this DLC that you have to, pay money for. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at the makeup because there's something about it that's like, it just looks very blue to me a lot of the time, and that bothers me. Is it the eyeliner? Oh yeah. The eyeliner is kind of like off of black. Oh my god, that looks so much better. And yeah, it's good.
Well, I'm obviously in no position to judge.
You mummified fuck. Getting out of here before he destroys my ears and yours. Let's go to the hinterlands. There was that guy, Blackwall. We'll go talk to him. We'll bring these guys. I'm definitely glad that games now have kind of
Nothing to report, sir.
moved a lot harder in the direction of having things like the appearance changing mirror be like a free update. I feel like a lot more bonus content for games now is delivered through free updates, which is really nice. It's understandable to have like big expansions that you pay money for, but this like there was just this long era of people making every like tiny improvement to the game like that be a paid DLC, which was just horrendous. And I mean, obviously they've changed that type of thing for whatever different nefarious financial practice that they have, but you know.
We've been searching the region for resources. Commander's orders. No small task given
Still
recent
nice to
troubles,
have
but I've some supplies here you may find useful.
improvement in an area, at least. I feel like a ton of games now, especially the ones that are more lovingly made, have like quality of life free updates and things like that. I definitely don't think that developers should have an expectation put upon them that they put in like a lot of like really big free updates that like add a ton of things to the game. But certainly for like little things like a mirror that lets you edit your appearance if you're unhappy with it in a game like this that is very long.
They will make this a fight, not us. Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall. Warden Blackwall.
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah!
The shout sounded really silly.
That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come!
What a fucking beard. Such a splendid beard on that guy. Oh fuck, I forgot to actually map this to my hotbar. How do I do that? Oh my, I'm not allowed to do it here
Make them come to me!
because of being in combat.
Dead!
Okay, what happens if I do this?
I wasn't here to fight. Stop and think.
Too late for that! You know how this ends!
In terms of damage, that was pretty nothing, but
Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves.
it's a pretty good looking Grey Warden.
You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten.
You didn't
But
know?
one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
I mean, that makes sense. But where are they?
So where are the rest of you?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
It's pretty true.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Do you have any idea where the other wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt? That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they'd disappear to.
Maybe they just all got the calling simultaneously.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
What do you mean, maybe you were going to? It's a very funny way to say that.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved.
True.
If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a warden. Maybe you need me.
Yeah, sure. I'm curious to ask this though.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. But show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a warden means something to a lot of people.
Sure.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This warden walks with the Inquisition.
Alright. Blackwall. So now we have 2 rogues, 2 warriors, 2 mages, which is pretty round. That art is so fucking good. The art for Vivian is really good too. I like the staff turning into a snake. And also that like figure in the back. The chalice. Yeah, these they're not like specifically tarot cards, but they definitely like remind me of like that type of like art. Like they definitely look like they could be representations of some of the major arcana and stuff. So now we have that. A letter found on the body of a bandit who stole from refugees in the hinterlands. The ink is smudged and only a few sentences can be made out. You can die pretending you'll earn back your soldier's honor, or you can do something with the skills that son of a bitch taught you. Spend some time with my boys. No one will know who you are in Ferelden, and it's not so bad. A little bit of smuggling, a little bit of extortion, you'll get used to it. You won't get used to anything now that you're a fucking corpse in the ground. I guess you get used to being a corpse pretty quickly. The Orlesian Empire. Yeah, we're good. It's quite long. It's a bunch of nobles. And yeah, let's go back to Haven real quick. And that's basically all of the companions. There's one more for now. All the guys will be getting.
heard the Templars have withdrawn.
Excuse me. I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk to me.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What's the message?
We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bull's charges can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Let me hear about it.
What can your Bull's charges offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's one of those Kunari, the big guys with the horns. He leads from the front. He pays well, and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why did your commander send us this information?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
Alright, we got mercenaries. I'm sure.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find.
This Iron
Come to the
Bull.
Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
I do look forward to meeting this Iron Bull, in fact. Bring, it will bring these guys actually, because I'm sure they're very unleveled. Okay, and yeah, let's see what they have going on for them. I mean, Blackwall's also like a... Oops. A sword and shield guy. Oh wait, while I'm here, I'll try to put this... Yeah, somewhere. Oh yeah, okay. So, I guess he could do the Vanguard stuff too, but I think it would kind of be fun if he did this other tree. Which I think is a lot of like crowd control. Gotta roll. And then, yeah, these are both like, this one's a buff and this one's a debuff. Yeah, let's get the buff. And then maybe, do these like gain guard? Any of these? No. So I guess I could have him get those and then maybe like not these, like the weapon and shield things. We'll just do, I think getting this is kind of important. And then Sarah is also a bow user. Probably have her, oh yeah, have her get the poison thing, because this is like super good. And then, probably just a couple of these, the bow things. I need to remember to not clear my throat into the microphone, because it's loud as shit. Okay, and then, I mean, we saw what Vivian was doing. I kind of like how every party member that I've gotten, like, hasn't had any abilities pre-baked into them, so I don't have to worry about, like, respecking them every single time I get them, like in the previous games. I think 2 was a lot better at the pre-builds being less fucked up, but Origins was insane, the skills that they were having on people. So, I mean, she was definitely icing it up. So I'll just give her, like, literally all of these. Neat. And then, oh yeah, behaviors, I want them to spend all of their stamina, because that's cool. All of them use the healing potions at like a lower health threshold, so they're not just like burning through them. And then, yeah, there you go. And for this, we'll do defend. Defend me. And then everyone else will be follow.
Nothing to report, sir.
I feel like this game has the best balance out of the 3 games, in terms of like the way the consumables work, and also like harvesting things for crafting. Ooh. I kind of want them to... everyone to group up more.
What's your footing?
Oh shit. Actually... okay, so when I'm not controlling you, I want you to not do this, like, ever. In fact, I want you to not do anything with spells. And getting that blizzard spell right away actually seems insanely fucking strong. And then everyone could just stand in this field. Yeah, it feels funny to not be so, like, obsessive about who everyone is targeting.
Stand down!
And things like that.
Grim! How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks.
The
So, you're with the Inquisition.
casual use of the word
Glad you
throat
made it.
cutter.
Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
Nicely done. I hear you're looking for work.
I am. Not before my drink, though.
Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers? You gotta elaborate. God, look at those things.
I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have
The
them
throat
check again.
cutters.
I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So,
Fuck.
you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
I don't think I will. Fair enough.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
I mean, definitely. Yeah, those were the Secret Service, or like the spy people from that Dragon Age 2 DLC.
They're a Kunari organization, right? The equivalent of their guards and city watch.
I'd go closer to spies. But yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
That's extremely chill, but also why would you?
You're a Kunari spy, and you just told me.
Whatever happened at that Conclave thing, it's bad. Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side.
You still could have hidden what you are.
From something called the Inquisition. I'd have been tipped sooner or later. Better you hear it right up front from me.
Seeing the word "I'd have" typed out like that in the subtitle looks crazy.
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Qunari want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit of everything. Alone they're not much, but if your spy master is worth a damn, she'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
Oh shit. Hey, do we have like hair dye back at Haven? Can someone I'm just curious.
All right, you're in.
Excellent. Krem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tervinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
Alright, so we've got Iron Bull. Look at that fucking art. I'm gonna be saying that every time there's another one of these, but because it remains true. God, look at that. That giant man. He takes up the entirety of the frame, and it's only like his torso and one of his arms. And some of his head, I guess, but alright, so we'll just, I mean, we can take whoever, do a bit of leveling up here. This guy is not a shield fellow, but a two-handed fellow. And then I think these are just gonna kind of be important for everyone who is a warrior. And then, yeah, take a few of these and then go like delivering a punishing counter. That seems really good. And then a stun. Ooh, adds to your guard. The behaviors want you to blow all of your stamina. I mean, use all of your stamina. And, okay, that's good. Then I'll go back to Haven and talk to everyone. Now that we have most of the party members. And I should talk to Cullen first before I forget. Just because I didn't do it earlier.
Was there something you needed?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
But the Templars have served the Chantry for ages.
And in that time, they've come to take the Order's services for granted. Templars risk their lives against blood magic, demons, abominations, to feel as if those efforts are dismissed.
Dude, what are you
I
talking
may
about?
disagree with the Order's actions, but I'm here as proof of that. But I sympathize with their frustrations.
They're literally the boot that crushes everyone. And also, everyone is sucking their dicks constantly. Like, they're allowed to just walk around and do whatever the fuck they want, and everyone's like, oh man, look at those heroes.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
What would you like to know?
The fucking mages get completely fucked in comparison. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of these, right? But I do just want to hear what Cullen has to say.
Before coming here, my keeper
about
suggested
them.
I avoid Templars. Did they do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause.
At
That
times.
was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's harrowing, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
I mean, yeah, because they're like trying to not get fucked over.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages, that sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
And also crack, but that's fine, I guess.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
That's not... It's not very old, but also from hearing previous stories, it's not like super young either, because a lot of those Templars were like drafted into that stuff when they were like, you know, like any orphan. So it's like you get like an 8-year-old or something, give them some crack, put the armor on them, they're good to go.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
Oh, okay. So they don't let you drink the crack until you're 18.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend. Was there something you needed?
Let's hear about you.
I should get to know you better. We're working together after all.
What would you like to know?
All right. Where are you from?
Oh shit. Oh, it's just a codex about
I grew up
Ferelden.
in Ferelden, near Homleaf. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight. Did you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
What happened at the Circle Tower?
Few who survived the Blight have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak of it.
Yeah, it was pretty horrifying when all those Templars were gonna just slaughter all of the children in the circle.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. An apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order, but Red Lyrium had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
Yeah, I mean definitely, but it's fine.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
It's true.
I'll let you return to your work.
Another time, then.
Alright. That's enough out of Colin. Much more reasonable and calm guy than he was before.
May I ask you about the Chantry?
It is difficult to say what becomes of the Chantry now. They have no Templars, no leadership, and no one left who is worthy of succeeding the Divine. It has fallen apart when everyone needs it the most. I ache to think what this will mean in the days to come.
Yeah, who's that guy?
What influence does Chancellor Roderick really wield?
Nothing.
He's a bureaucrat, responsible for communicating the Divine's will to the rest of the Chantry.
Oh yeah, so
Therefore,
literally
he's
nothing.
accustomed to the clerics hanging on his every word,
Right.
hoping his influence will benefit them. Despite that, Roderick is not a bad man. He's frightened, and believes his place is to fill the gap left by Most Holy's death. Some might agree. As far down the chain of command as he is, There is no one left above him.
He's not a bad man, you know, he just tried to, like, have me executed for, like, basically no reason.
How big a problem could he be?
No more than he is already. He sent his message to the College of Clerics. That is the only card he had to play. Dealing with him further only lends him credibility he doesn't deserve.
Do you really believe the Chantry is worth preserving?
I do. Though I understand how someone born outside of human society might think otherwise. Cast the Chantry aside and new problems replace old ones. We will have learned nothing from history. The people need stability, and the Chantry needs a new purpose. Andraste had a dream for us. It can still be achieved.
So what should that new purpose be?
A dedication to what is truly important.
Which
Instead
is?
of building cathedrals and sewing gowns for the divine, the Chantry used to spend its coin feeding the poor.
Alright.
If we are to spread the
Alright.
Maker's word across the world, we must do so with open hearts and open hands.
That sounds pretty good.
That sounds rather idealistic of you.
Does it? I do not think it's so unachievable. The Chantry has many good, honest people. They just need direction and inspiration. They need to be freed from centuries of adherence to tradition and ceremony. A chance for renewal is at our fingertips. It does not have to come with utter chaos.
That's all sounding extremely appealing.
Will the Chantry replace Divine Justinia?
They will try. Once the priests withdraw for the Grand Consensus, it is against Chantry law for them to emerge without naming a new divine. Sometimes it takes days, or weeks, or even months.
It's literally
The problem
like
now is that no
choosing a
clear
new pope.
successor to Justinia exists. All worthy clerics died with her at the Conclave.
So what happens if they can't agree on someone?
Theoretically, they will argue until exhaustion takes them or they see reason. Practically, however, if the Grand Consensus goes on too long, the Chantry will crumble. Any cleric with ambition but little sense will see this as her one chance, and plenty of such clerics exist. We shall see what happens. The Inquisition must act in the meantime.
If they do choose a new divine, will you serve her?
That depends on whether she would have me. I am a rebel now, remember? And even if she would, I do not know. It would depend on what type of divine she is. I am no longer in a position to follow blindly, and no new divine could expect such obedience now.
I'm surprised you rebelled against the Chantry.
I left my own order when they took the wrong path. It is no different. But in neither case did I stop caring. Indeed, I care so much that I feel drastic action is necessary. I suppose history shall one day judge my actions.
Thank you.
I mean, I feel like if there were more people like Cassandra and the Seekers or the Chantry generally, that there wouldn't be as many fucking horrible problems as there are now. Okay, what? Oh, Blackwall is like a quest. I guess we'll
You think that'll make a difference?
who am I kidding?
Dennett's horses in the hinterlands are...
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Kanari learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
That's an observant guy.
You sound like you want to head down there and give the troops some pointers.
Nah, I'm no good at command unless I know who my guys are sleeping with and what they like to drink. Inquisition's already too large for that. The Chargers are big enough for me. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Well, I mean, all these guys are kind of tied. Oh, what if I did it? What about me?
And maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
I mean, if someone has to do it, I guess I could. I'm already tied up with all this bullshit, right?
Nobody else seems to be stepping forward, and since I can seal rifts, I'm here whether I like it or not. If it proved necessary to have an Inquisitor, I could make a go of it.
For a second there, you sounded like a Canary. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
He has such a good voice. It's very, like, specific.
Can I help you?
It's kind of... It's almost sort of, like, gentle.
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Qun. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
It works for me too.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
That all sounds very fun.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
It's pretty fucked up.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
That's true.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. I always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
It's extremely terrifying and also eloquent.
And you're a spy?
Close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Oh, that's... sounds unpleasant.
I can't imagine that was easy.
Nope. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
I'm glad you're here, Bull.
Me too.
If you ever need to talk more about all this, let me know.
Nah, it was a long time ago. Thanks, though.
Yeah, I really like, out of all the Qunari that you talk to throughout the games, the Iron Bull is, like, the most different. he's very unique in how he talks, because he's not like he doesn't really seem to be super
What can I do for
into
you?
a lot of how Qunari society is, and he's spent so long living outside it, and like being a person who pretends to be a Talvishoth, and like blending in with other non-Qunari people, that a lot of the like rough edges that the Qunari have because of how they are in their society are kind of like rounded down a little bit.
I'd like to know more about the Qunari.
You writing a book?
It's your culture, and I'd like to know you better.
You could just ask.
I am.
All right. What do you want to know?
Oh, it's a lot.
How do the Qunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military.
The
priesthood
matriarchy.
figures out how Qunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Qunari safe from outside threats.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Olay, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
Honestly, now that I think about it, like that specific structure of how the Qunari government is a lot like the Solarians in Mass Effect, where it's like the way their gender roles work for like their culture is that the women work in like administrative positions and like positions of like leadership, like they're like officers and things like that, and like political leaders, and then the men are like the like kind of like the military and the lower parts of like how the government is organized or whatever. I don't know why I had so much difficulty conveying that, but
How is everyday life different for Qunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Val Royeaux gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Qun. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
people are people. Menfo smash. Yes, exactly. Very well put. Put that much more elegantly than me.
It can't be exactly the same. The Qunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Val Royeaux has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her 'cause it's stale? Same crap in Val Royeaux. People are just people.
It's so fucking true.
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
It must have been a good day for you.
Yes, it's like being a block of stone with a sculptor working on you. One day, the last of the crap gets knocked off, and you can see your real shape. what you're supposed to be. That's a good day.
I heard there's no marriage among the Kunari.
Yeah, that's true. Kunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Kunari don't have sex.
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
The fucking tongue click is really good.
So you've never really made love? Connected with someone in both body and soul?
I don't know. One time they used this thing called the Sato Nerapan. It's a leather-wrapped rod on a harness. That
I've seen
wasn't
those.
really my soul, though. Also, there were more than 2 people.
It's I also really like that detail about Kunari society being like they're so pragmatic about everything that even like sex work and stuff, they're just like, yeah, man.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Kunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those 2 love rules. But the mages... Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the Qun? Or Vivian doing her political bullshit? Both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated, drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
Yeah, I think I'd be pretty fucked in Kunari society. But most people would probably.
The word Kunari, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Kunari who break away from the Qun are Talvasha, deserters.
What about Kunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
See you later, Bull.
See ya. What can I do for you?
Oh, that's
See you
it.
later, Bull.
See ya.
Oh man, they gave me a codex specifically for the Tamasrans. Would that be... places? It's really weird because for these menus, you can't scroll through them with the D-pad. It's only the analog stick. Okay, where would that be? Would it be like a group? Oh yeah. Nanny Goodwin lay on the hard stones of the Kirkwall docks until the sailors left with her purse. As she struggled to her feet, a large gray hand reached down to help her. It was one of the Kunari, the great horned giants who had come to live in the city. "I thank you," said Nanny Goodwin hesitantly, looking for her satchel. "I did not know the docks were so dangerous, or I would have asked for one of Lord G's guards to accompany me, as I bought healing herbs for the children." "You are a Tamasran," said the Kunari. "Under the Qun, no sailor would accost you. Why are you here?" "I am but Lord G's nanny," Nanny Goodwin said, "and Lord G did not believe me when I told him that the children needed healing herbs, so I was forced to buy them myself." "Under the Qun," said the Kunari, "Tamasrans are trusted and listened to when caring for the children, and any healing herbs they needed would be provided. Why did Lord G not attend your words?" "He is a noble," Nanny Goodwin said, "and I am merely a servant who cares for his children." She shifted her shawl. Wait, what? Oh yeah, and oh yeah, for his children. The noble's children, sorry. She gifted her shawl to hide the bruises the sailors had given her, as well as the bruises Lord G himself had left. Under the queue, said the Canary, all are equal, and no Temastron thinks herself a mere anything. Nanny Goodwin bid the Canary good day and returned to Hightown with much to think about. An excerpt from The Lies of Nobles, The Truth of the Queen, author unknown. I love... See, I feel like this is an example of the, like, different source of the codex being implemented really well, because it's like, this is obviously absurdly biased, and so the story is framed in a very specific way, but it's also like really nice, like even though it is clearly like it has an intent to it, it's still nice to like read it like completely from that perspective. I feel like one thing, and also like having that, having it being told from the bias of one singular perspective kind of supports a lot of the themes of this game and kind of like the laws of nature and how magic works and stuff in this universe, as being very like guided by singular emotions and singular perspectives.
Can I help you with anything?
Let's talk about your guys.
Can we talk about the Bull's charges?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the Chief, we've gone up against everything from bandits to magic trees. We're expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it. Want to know anything in particular?
Do the charges specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops, as skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery, and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the Chief goes wherever he can hit something.
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colors. Our prisoners are treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
Man, it's the shame the fucking coterie aren't working with any of those
You
rules.
said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Dalish called them. Apparently spirits can possess trees, too. Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The Chief bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans weren't too bad. Worst part was the squirrels.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, I kind of like how, like, the Iron Bull with the... He's sort of, like, a leader of, like, his own RPG party. Like, he kind of mirrors the protagonist a little bit, which I think is fun. Oh, there you are.
Maker, look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
Yeah, I'm lucky as shit.
If I hadn't been saved by Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. I have to admit, I thought you'd be...
human.
Yes.
Been getting that a lot.
Being up front is better than knife fear.
It was a foolish thought. Should have known better than to say anything. It's what you do and how you do it that's important. Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
I just want to help stop the war. Try to put things back in order.
A worthy goal, one I'm happy to support. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
True. Gotta wait for him to walk to his mark. Where are you going? Right here? Okay.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Ah, the wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
Dude, that's not true. I feel like the Wardens have the juiciest everything. Like, their rituals are crazy. The type of people they let in are crazy. Their lives are insane and truncated.
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do Wardens do when the world's not ending?
There are still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own, like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
You haven't had contact with other Wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
So you have no idea where the rest of the Wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organized force. And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
I feel like they'd like to stay
this at another time.
pretty structured just in case anything got fucked up. It's also probably like a lot of recon type work where they're just like looking in various places to see if there's like signs of a blight. And then they also probably do a lot of stuff with the dwarves, or just in the deep roads in general, because the Darkspawn are always fucking around down there.
Greetings.
I forgot. We have Cassandra things.
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
Oh, awesome.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
Yeah, maybe.
You're right. Something should have been done.
When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
But what are Seekers exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose.
Ooh.
We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
Yeah, who watches the Watchmen?
So nobody ever watched over the Seekers?
It was the Divine's duty, but she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems.
Yep.
If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role.
That's
Seekers
insane.
can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
Wait, why don't... If the Seekers... if they can have the Seekers who are, like, completely immune to possession, why don't they just send the mages to go do that instead of having them become tranquil?
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will.
That's literally
Some
just blood
Seekers
magic.
use it to interrogate. Others simply to paralyze.
Dude, what the fuck?
Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
The Seekers sound insanely, like, not like corrupt, but very hypocritical in how they exist.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
I think I've heard of some sort of like thing where there's like a specific way that like monks practice fasting for like really long periods of time, but I wish I knew the specifics of how they actually do it. Because it's not like you can just not eat for an entire year. So maybe it's like they eat, but they eat very little and at like one specific time in the day.
Was it some kind of magic?
I don't fully understand it, to be honest. If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons?
Yeah?
I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
I love the idea of like a very earnest Cassandra approaches the I'm pretty sure it involves liquid types of supplements or alternatives. Oh. Yeah, that would make sense. Like, it's like not eating. But then because that's something that monks have been doing for like a really long time. So what did they do before like liquid supplements or like IV and things like that we have in the modern day? Also, I love the idea of like a very earnest Cassandra approaching the Seeker leaders and being like, hey, why don't we just let the mages do this? And then they go, no, it's impossible. And then when she's like, why? They're like, I refuse to elaborate.
Yes?
I have some more questions.
They would just make them.
Why am I not surprised?
But make what? Like, what are they doing in, like, you know, ancient China? Like, what are the Buddhist monks doing there to fast for, like, an extremely long period of time. Is it just like rationing food? Or
Tell me about your brother.
I
do they have some sort of
would
thing
prefer
that
not
they
to
can do?
speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
I've never been very
I'll let you get
interested
back to work.
by the practice of fasting, so I've never like learned much about it.
Was there something you needed?
That's all for now.
Another time, then.
And then does Iron Bull have anything
Can I help
else? Okay, no.
See you later, Bull.
you? See ya.
Travel safely.
Yeah, I think I have no clue. Yep, me neither. Should look it up and then enlighten me. I'll probably look it up later if I don't forget. Unfortunately, my memory is dreadful.
Yes?
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men. Better equipment. You may
Yeah, we have like
Andraste's
30
favor,
guys.
but wars are won by
You
men,
look it up. I'm
soldiers.
busy. Like I said, I'll look it up in, you know, in my own time. My only worry is that I will forget.
Brute force is not always the answer. There are plenty of other paths to victory.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared. One thing I will say about your men. They're passionate. Devoted. You inspire them. Build on that foundation. And you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
I mean, I don't think that's really the goal, but
What do you think of Haven?
It's a war camp that was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
it wasn't that cool. I had like a bunch of weird traps and stuff,
What do you think of the Inquisition's call?
puzzles.
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
We're reforming the fuck out of everything. We're tearing the whole institution down and rebuilding it from the ground up.
What do you think about all this trouble between the Mages and Templars?
Looking at it from where we stand, it seems inevitable. But that could be hindsight. How many of us actually saw it coming? Either way, I don't think the Chantry will ever recover.
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen. He's got the look of a man who's been through too much.
It's
He's seen the
true.
best and the worst of humanity, and I think he still struggles with where that leaves him. Still, I trust him to watch my back.
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen.
Oh, that's it.
Still, I trust him to watch my back.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Have you seen the stories Varric's been writing? His descriptions of me are colourful, to say the least.
I would imagine the beard is probably
We should return to our duties.
twice as long at least.
Wish. You are, after all, in charge.
That's me. In charge of this whole thing. And there's no way that I'll fuck it up one bit. Alright, Varric. Is there anything?
Need something?
Can I ask you something?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
I thought I asked him these, but maybe I didn't.
Are you from Ferelden? Or Ley?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
You're a liar. I know for a fact that you're a liar.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant.
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild.
A
Merchants
businessman.
buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
Oh yeah, I think.
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
I don't know. I feel like that's probably the better
You're
way
an
to do
author.
that, right?
What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
Or fortunate. It's like that thing that people say where the artists who draw the most like wonderful and magical art are like the most distraught and like haunted, and then typically a lot of the people who draw like very fucked up terrifying art are very happy people, like Junji Ito.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in moneylenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragonbone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 3 dozen lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Who's she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem. Need something?
Yeah, what about if I do this, we'll literally
You want
just...
to talk about...
Okay.
Need
And
something?
then we talked about Hawk and the story,
I want to know more about Red...
and then I asked
Tell
him
you
ab-
what I can.
yeah, asked him about the Red Lyrium stuff.
The Chantry isn't supporting us.
I told you that it was complicated. Without the Divine...
You people, with your fancy robes and your fancy words, you think you're singing...
What can I do for you?
Ooh.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
Yes, please.
I'd like to know more about the Breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I'd like to know more about the Veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality, where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful, and the Fade is a terrifying world touched only by mages and dreamers. I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world. along with the obvious peril.
I'd like to know more about demons.
Your Dalish say the demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them? If not in peace, at least without such active confrontation.
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Man, I love Solus. He's so great. I also love that he, like, you get so much approval with him just for asking questions about things. He just really likes curiosity. Which is good for me. Alright, Sarah, what's up?
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. Hear that? I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right? Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
I'm pretty sure the Conclave proved it's not that easy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why? Because someone yelled it real loud? Make them prove it. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
Like what?
Is there something else you're looking for? Like, what's behind all this?
Maybe. I don't know. First things first, right? I help you, march, arrow, kick. Then people stop being stupid, and everything starts to make sense again. Sound good to you, all-chosen Lord Herald?
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from anyone else.
I'm in. It's an investment, yeah? Better pay off, too. Stupid war and everything. I had things to do. Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
'Tis a fact. Oh yeah, it's very funny that, like, I think that Sarah is the only person that you can just tell to fuck off out of your party forever. Which is really interesting. I think basically everyone in Origins had that option, but not in 2. And then in this it's just her.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which? The ones who do things or the ones who give orders?
Oh shit. I could ask about everyone.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
He makes me wonder about things. I mean, what do their women look like? Woof.
That's, you know, probably would have put it differently, but I think we're in agreement.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
That's exceedingly short-sighted of you, but okay.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Well, I don't know. I feel like he does both.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
What do you think about our spy master, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her, too. Or heard she used to play. but that'd be mad. Now, Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
Calling Cullen a jackboot is pretty good.
Right? I'll be here.
Oh yeah, wait. What am I-
Chasing mages, that's a Templar's job. A big, armored, pissed-off helm polisher. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Calling an Inquisition is a bit much, isn't it? Does this lot even know what they're chasing? Fair question for me as well, I suppose. Everybody following a rumor. At least I'm used to that.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Are you just about pranks and revenge, or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt sprained. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
It's like a force of nature, like a really elaborate, she's like the butterfly effect for fucking over nobles.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserved.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shite at singing.
She's kind of like a Robin Hood, if Robin Hood were a clown.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, Red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
Doesn't this mean people think you're guilty of more than you actually do?
I suppose. Does it matter?
Shouldn't it?
Important people kill over imagined insults. I've made more than enough real ones, so no. I don't suppose it does.
Where are the people you promised?
If I knew, they wouldn't be much use. That's sort of the point. Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Cooks, squires, wipers. Yeah, I know. Wipers, right? You better believe the one with wipers deserve it. Right in the... Well, anyway. The little people will be there when you need them. In a million little ways.
So lots of little contributions add up in the background, like snowflakes.
Karlach
that
feels
snap a
extremely
branch.
similar to her. I would...
Sure.
I disagree.
Like snow, I guess.
Just because
Anyway, it
Karlach
just
is
works
a lot
most
less
of the time.
irreverent,
Friend with a friend and little hints.
like
Mind you,
constantly.
you still have to be smart. Don't bet your life unless you're into that. To be clear, I'm not into that.
But in terms of their like level of intelligence, I think you're probably right.
I can play along if it works for you.
You have a choice. Hail the Inquisition.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
I think a really important quality of Sarah that some people miss, or the people who like really hate her miss, is that she's not just irreverent, but she also like has moments where she says things that are either very true or like are very are kind of like poignant, especially when she's talking about nobles and the organization of how her like group works.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me.
As there is but one God,
So one
life, one death.
thing I wanted
There is but one
to...
God, and he is our maker.
There's like a side area in here, where if you go down here, there's this little prison and a lot of codex entries, and then there are these like locked gates that you can only get through if you're a rogue, normally. And I'm not sure, I don't think I have to interact with all of them. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, because Sarah earlier was talking about making sovereigns, and that reminded me that like the currency is changed in this game in a way I don't like, because now it's just like a flat number of gold in the bottom left, where I actually really enjoyed like the copper, silver, gold thing in the previous games. Even though it's like functionally the same, I feel like that kind of just adds a bit of flavor and a different feeling to the amount of money that you're spending. That's kind of like nice. I've always liked that in fantasy stuff. I always thought it was like a really cool thing in World of Warcraft that they did the money like that instead of just having like a flat amount of gold.
Your wish is something, something.
So if you go to, yeah, Sarah, then you can have her just pick all the locks in that basement,
What,
which
the
is
doors
nice.
under the chantry?
You know about them?
Places have doors. I just wasn't interested in poking through some sister's breeches.
She's really fixated on pants.
Consider them open, yeah?
Pants is a hyperfixation. I think I'll wait to go loot the stuff down there because there are a lot of those like codex entry things that can give me experience. Oh man, I've actually been picking up a lot of stuff without really realizing it. But is any of it good? Okay, what do you have? That's definitely good. And then just any helmet. What about weapons? Yeah, that's better. Ooh. Do that, and then... Oh yeah, I forgot about these. Okay, I actually know who to give those to, because Blackwall can take that one, because he has that skill. And I think he has Pommel Strike. And then I'm pretty sure Iron Bull has Payback. And I have these little skill amulets that I forgot to give everyone. Oh no. I think I'm just gonna have him keep that so that he like still has his cool look to him. Oh yeah, I like that, so Qunari can't wear like helmets, but instead they get this like special head piece that is face paint created from deadly poison, fatal when applied to anyone other than a Qunari, whose unique physiology somehow not only neutralizes its effect, but also allows the paint's magic to harden the flesh and provide other protection. So they wear like face paint that's made out of like poison, which is extremely fucking cool. What do you have? I think I can probably give that to like Solus. That hat. Cassandra only. And then I'm not... Is anyone high enough level to wear this? I don't think they are. And then for weapons, I think I'm probably fine for now. Are these just like out of... Yeah, they're like out of my level range a little bit. Is that bow any good? Or any of these bows any good? Marginally. And then, yeah, no more of those. So now I can sell everything else. I've definitely been forgetting to do that.
Apothecary Adon will have more poultices for the injured.
Master Laverin, do you have
Do
him
that. Okay. Let's talk to Josephine real quick. What's up?
Did you need something, Ambassador?
Yes. Well, not precisely, but I should like to know if anyone here has treated you unkindly, Herald, for being an elf.
I can deal with a few whispers and sideways looks.
I shall speak with the staff regarding such conduct. If we're to convince the world that Andraste's herald is an elf, the Inquisition must give you its utmost support.
You guys really
Stories
need to
of
stop
wild Dalish
playing
elves have
that
grown
angle.
even more outrageous as people learn of you.
How have the rumors gotten worse?
I would prefer not to repeat them.
Now let's
Give
hear
me
it.
something.
Stealing children, selling peasants to slavers, burning down villages, using infants for blood magic. Those are the stories about your fellow Dalish. I won't repeat what they've said about you.
Isn't the magic just as much a problem as my ears?
It depends which way the wind is blowing. Magic is meant to serve man, the chant teaches. Close the breach, and we can claim that is why Andraste chose you. Hopefully it will be enough to replace this gossip about the Dalish.
Why not claim the Dalish can steal your breath or turn into dragons while they're at it? Now that I've said that out loud, someone probably has.
Very likely. I will see what the Inquisition can do to contain the slander. It may help if I know more about how you and your clan lived.
The best part was when the Aravel, our wagons, turned from the plains to the woods. I used to spend weeks exploring the forest.
You make it sound idyllic. Haven is so far away from home. You must miss the people of your clan.
All my friends are there. Before I came to the Conclave, the clan was my whole world. I'd like to see them after everything is done.
I hope you get the chance. Whether you're with them or not, being the clan of the Herald of Andraste will mark them in history.
The Dalish still worship the gods of our ancestors. When they hear me called the Herald of Andraste, it may stir up anger.
They must see that you move in different circles now. The moment of understanding can be painful.
It really drives me nuts how everyone just kind of like treats the herald thing like just kind of assumes that that's the method that we're going with. So I feel like everything's fucked enough to where they don't really like need that as an excuse to anchor the Inquisition or whatever. Okay. Diplomacy won the day. The clerics chosen to receive aid have been most appreciative and have successfully drowned out our detractors. This caused an eternal struggle, clerics hiring thugs to kill other clerics. I was forced to intervene. Such despicable behavior from those who aspire to the Sunburst Throne. Man, the Sunburst Throne is like a really cool name for the the Pope position. The mood in the Grand Cathedral is tense, but for now the Chantry can be counted our political ally. Nightingale, 100 shadows to chase leading to Lake Celestine. The nobility say it's lovely this time of year. Fisher. Oh yeah, and then we have a couple more for companions and stuff. And then over here is Champions of the Champions of the Just. Note, choosing the Templars will make it impossible to work with the mages. So we'll keep that in mind. Okay, we've got a jar of bees grenade recipe. Oh yeah, that's right. I think I had that earlier and I like equipped it, but I've completely forgotten about it. So I never ended up actually using it. Okay, let's see here. The Cult of Andraste. Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped a dragon, one they believed to be Andraste reborn. Both the cultists and their dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but there may still be undiscovered passages in the mountain containing their relics. With a concerted search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition. Seems cool. What do we got? Pull up the chart. Let's see, it's the Cult of Andraste. We'll do the Liliana one.
Let's see what we have.
Let's look over here. Utilize the Grey Warden treaties. The Inquisition is in its infancy. Building an organization such as this is like building an army. You need soldiers, weapons to arm them, food to feed them, and that's just the beginning. I joined knowing I could make a difference. I have Grey Warden treaties, and these allow us to take what's needed when needed. We do not face a blight, but surely a torn sky warrants as much concern. Consider it Blackwall.
Let us begin.
So we'll get some of those scrolls. And then choose a successor in Leeds. Oh, this is a Iron Bull thing. Part of a Ben Hasrith report noting the current fight for succession in Leeds, which has been without a direct ruler since the Duke Ramash died early in the Orlesian Civil War. What is that? The Duchy? It's the Duchy, right? Will go to one of the 3 members of the dead Duke's family, all of whom have possible claims to the position due to the complex nature of Orlesian politics. His cousin Carolina, already a duchess by marriage, his daughter Monette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivete and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the Chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game, and his brother Jean Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing Leeds personally. Monette would be the most easily manipulated, but less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds his brother. And then we have all of the different guys for each of the different ones. So let me look here. Oh, I think... Okay, so this one works kind of weird where it's whoever you pick gets eliminated from the set of guys. So we'll get rid of one of them once someone is freed up. Let's see if this works. For your big hats, Lord, whoever says you're rubbish, his servants don't care, but could drop a few things for them. They'll give Josephine a surprise, I think scrolls or something. Okay, so this one definitely seems like I'm gonna need Josephine specifically to do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think those are kind of fucked up in that some of them require very specific guys who you might need for like other things, and so you'll just have like a third guy who's just like waiting and not doing anything, which feels very clunky. We'll talk to Mother Giselle later. Still have companions to talk to.
You've never been to a circle, as far as I can tell, yet you're remarkably skilled. Were you self-taught?
The Dalish have their own traditions, you know. The Circle isn't the only authority on magic.
I have heard about the traditions of magic among the Dalish keepers, but it's all third-hand. In my own experience, nothing is more deadly to a young mage than a lack of knowledge, which makes the current state of things precarious. What do you imagine will happen if the circles are not restored? Do you foresee the Dalish taking us all under their wing?
I mean, we could probably like model the thing similar to how it works. I mean, I do think mages should be free, but I feel like if you phrase it that way, it's like most people are just not, like, don't really understand where you're coming from.
The war benefits no one. It must end, and order must be restored.
If only the rebels saw things so clearly. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas. If it is not restored quickly, countless lives will be lost. Mages, Templars, innocent people of all kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate.
I'll try not to let them down.
Failure is a luxury we cannot afford, my dear. For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
I don't think anyone should have that power.
Nobody should claim to know the will of the Maker. Not me, and not the Chantry.
Perhaps nobody should. But if no one leads the way, many will be left behind in darkness. I've stolen enough of your time, my dear. Don't let me keep you.
It's a bit of a false dichotomy. I mean, you can, like, lead people and have the organization do things without having the figurehead specifically be like a prophetic thing.
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restoring the Circle?
After the circles fell, their libraries were plundered by scavengers. 1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. It makes me sick to think of it. I've received news that some tomes have been located, if you are interested in righting this wrong.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
I'll look into it for you.
Sounds chill enough.
Take care of this matter, the Circle would be in your debt.
Oh, now that sounds appealing.
Yes?
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a Circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine. An advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine.
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
Oh, of course. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago, the poor dear.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Dude, I feel like I'm going fucking insane talking to people that are part of the Orlesian nobility. Like, why even have marriages or call them marriages if they're just like a weird, like, political maneuvering gesture? And then you just have like mistresses that you're actually in love with or whatever. Like, who, like, why even go through all of that bullshit?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear. And an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
You must have an opinion of the Templars after living so long in the Circle.
Having opinions about Templars, my dear, is exactly like having opinions about mages or Navarrans or men. I have known some who were impossible to endure and some who were utterly charming. I have suffered insults at the hands of those in the armor, but no more than I endured from nobles or tradesmen in Val Royaux. Personally, I have found the Templars a useful tool, skilled at keeping more unpleasant elements at bay.
Yeah, you know, they do just like kind of hunt mages down and kill them and abduct children and do all that, but they do keep all the riffraff out.
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear.
Oh,
and
was that?
Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her.
If you lead all the Loyalists, why are you only First Enchanter and not Grand Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
Oh, you're gonna be severely disappointed.
What was it like to live in a circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every circle was different. Their Templars were different.
It's
their
very
politics
evasive.
unique. And every person within each tower had an experience of circle life unique to themselves.
And what was
some
yours
people
like?
suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent.
I mean, a majority
the same
of
is true
them.
of people everywhere,
Yeah.
in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
Yeah, but there aren't like insane near unanimous revolts happening constantly with everywhere, so I don't know.
So tell me about your personal experience with the Circle.
I enjoyed life in the Montsemard Circle, my dear. It was an edifice devoted to knowledge and refinement. And there is comfort to be had, you know, in the company of fellow mages. Those born without magic will never truly understand us.
You must have been under constant supervision, being forced by Templars to live in the tower. Was that hard to endure?
My dear, I have a suite in the palace and a wing at my dear Duke Bastien's estate. I've never been forced to live anywhere. Most circles allowed mages to live away from the tower, either on their own or in service to the nobility. All that was required was permission from the first enchanter. Some circles were harsher in their restrictions. Kirkwall was the worst, but it was the exception. Most were quite permissive. Perhaps too permissive, in retrospect.
That's not true at all. And also, yeah, no, you're right. The boot was placed a little gently upon their neck. They could have definitely pressed harder, for sure.
How did we come to this state with the circles in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions.
Yeah.
When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day.
But that's
So
not,
long as they
like,
had their freedom,
justified
they could
at
care
all.
little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
God. It's... like... just the idea of, like phrasing all of that stuff in the way she does just pisses me off so bad. Like, the idea of talking about, like, kind of just glossing over the fact that the only reason all that stuff in Kirkwall happened was because the Templars were, like, turning mages tranquil at the drop of a hat and just killing them all over the place. And then it's like, because of all those events in Kirkwall, the Templars around the world, like in other countries, are cracking down even harder on the mages because they're just, like, afraid of them. And then the mages are like, yeah, I wasn't the one who blew up the Chantry. Why should my life be shittier because of it? And then they vote for independence because of that. But she, like, takes all of that and phrases it like it's a bad thing. And it's just them being selfish and wanting to live cushy lives is fucking absurd. It's especially absurd coming from, like, a noble.
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening.
Jesus, I fucking do not like you at all.
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means, protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder.
They don't.
By voting when they did.
They don't.
My colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas.
No, they didn't.
A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
The vote for independence was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world.
It wasn't war.
By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder.
No, they
Anyone who
didn't.
did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels.
No, they aren't. It's all bullshit. God, it's so frustrating.
Yes?
I think the thing that makes Vivian the most frustrating is the fact that she's like, well, yeah, I had a really cushy, awesome life being an extremely rich noble. Why would anyone have a problem with the status quo? And then, like, refusing to acknowledge any of the, like, horrid injustices that were happening, and then framing the entire conflict as the mages just being, like, too, like, selfish and entitled, I guess. It's just very insane. It's like talking to those people who are like getting really mad at there being riots over like police brutality and things like that, and then being like, oh look, by protesting against police brutality, you've declared that you support free, you know, infinite crime forever. And it's like, it's just not true in any way at all.
I'm not saying that the Chantry doesn't do good work, but there's more.
Like, I acknowledge, like, I've talked about it before, like, the idea of the magic being dangerous as, like, a real thing, and the fact that there needs to be, like, some institution that, like, educates mages and keeps them safe from being possessed and stuff. But it's like, it doesn't, it's clearly the institution that has existed is not working out, just based off of how horribly everything has gone. And so there has to be some sort of like change in the status quo, instead of just like setting everything up exactly as it was and then pretending like it's fixed. Like, I feel like Cassandra is an example of someone who has like a lot more of a reasonable opinion on that stuff, where it's like Cassandra still believes in the Chantry as like an organization, but she doesn't, like, she understands the fact that it's like failed and needs to be reformed. Whereas Vivian's just like, I don't know, everything's awesome. The real problem is you guys for asking for more, or for human rights. Okay, yeah, I think I'm all set. Perhaps my rage is maybe a little excessive, or oh wait, don't want to go that way. Don't worry about that. Or unjustified, but I don't know. It's just maybe it's because it reminds me of like talking about social issues with like every person in my family, and they all kind of treat them in the same way that Vivian does, and so it enrages me a little bit. But I also think that the cool thing about Vivian is that she's not like I don't think that she's a poorly written character or anything like that. I think that the response that she elicits from me proves that she is really well written, because it reminds me so much of people that I've known. And like I've said before, I think it's really cool to have companions who are very like abrasive and at odds with you, depending on your perspective on things. It makes for a very, most of the time it makes for a very boring game to just have like every companion be inoffensive and extremely likable. or like, you know, likable to everyone.
Travel, sir.
What is that? Oh, it's just the fox. We have to.
Goodbye.
The 100 million magic missiles converging on the fox all at once.
We've scouted the area.
I wonder, I've not seen Redcliffe since I played Origins recently, so it'll be interesting to see it again, and how different it looks, because I'm pretty sure that it doesn't look anything like how it did in Origins. And I wonder how much of that is like graphics and how much of it is just is like design because of the amount of time that's passed and stuff. Man, that upgraded barrier thing is so fucking strong. Here's the rift, and then I think... So if I do this, it'll like clear the thing and stop the enemies from spawning. Or stop that enemy from spawning, basically. But I also I don't think they like drop anything when you do that. And I don't know how much experience it gives you. It might just be the same. As if you killed them normally. I mean. Here we go. There's a lot about how that looks and sounds that feels very satisfying. Like the rifts themselves kind of look like green candy almost. And then the little tether from your hand and the sound of the energy building up and then going woo, and then poof. It's very good. It feels nice to do those. Stronghold of the apostate mages. They did not want us to dream because they knew we would dream of the truth, of power, of the weakness in the world that will let us break it and forge it anew. We are the chosen ones, we who have the power to enact change in this world and the will to see it through. We have conquered the circles, we will conquer the Templars. Come with us to the Witchwood. None who have the power of the Fate at their hands will be turned away. An unsigned letter, the edge of the page partially burned. Obviously the indiscriminate violence and the like, we are the chosen one shit with the apostates is no good, but they're right about the source of all their criticism. I think it's impossible to deny the correctness.
Lot of innocent people getting caught between the mages and Templars.
We're the chosen, the sludge, indeed. I mean, they're all gonna get turned to sludge before me. Straight from the goop, indeed. The green goop of the Fade. See, all that chosen one bullshit is what made the Tevinter government the way it was. And that shit is no good.
Redcliffe Village should be just...
I want a constant
watch on that damned thing. Sound the alarm at the first sign of demons.
Oh, hello. Greetings. Oh, they've got a big, Oblivion gate in front of their house. Or in front of their village. In front of their house. Hey guys. Let's group up and do a little barriering. I was gonna say a little healing, but that's most definitely not what that is. Oh yeah, and then there's like these things, which I think slow you down if you walk in them. But if I hit them with a little dispel, oh, they don't go away. Oh, that's terrifying. My magic is useless. Oh, the fucking barrier that those guys cast. Oh shit. I want to make sure I just pick everything up before I actually close that rift. Delicious.
What was that? I think we could have skipped these things getting weirder, don't you?
We need to find out what caused whatever this is.
Maker have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
Whatever this is, I guess they're talking about I think they're talking about those, like, magic circles, but it's very
We spread word the
unclear
Inquisition was coming.
based off of what they
But
say.
you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
Did you say Magister?
The Veil is weaker here than in Haven. And not merely weak, but altered in a way I have not seen.
Curious. Okay, so I am going the right way. I mean, the entire landscape is obviously so tremendously different from how it was in Origins. Because in Origins, Red Cliff was just like a big, like, horrid, it was kind of like a red canyon, or like a red mountain that was like almost completely featureless. I kind of thought it was just like a desert.
That there are apostates outside the city.
But this is like so much more lush and beautiful. Yeah, like look at these like houses with the sod roofs. They look so fucking good.
It's just what I heard.
There's some sort of collectible in there, but I cannot
They
access it.
say a desire demon took the mind of our young Lord Connor. The hero of Ferelden drove the demon away to save him. Maker be praised.
Yeah, tell me about Red Cliff.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
Right on. Okay, I'm gonna try to like actually get to the place to talk to Fiona before I get
If those rumors are true,
incredibly
apostates are
sidetracked.
attacking people. Shouldn't someone do something?
Yeah, this place looks so nice.
Do you think the apostates are responsible for the things we saw? The walking corpses?
Have you seen otherwise?
Honestly, it's like if it wasn't for the name, I don't think that you would be
A
able
man
to
in the
tell
last village.
this was Red Cliff
Something
at all.
in his manner troubles me.
The baker with the squint and the red nose? Yeah, spy. Probably Venatori.
Why do you say that?
He watched all of us. A normal guy would focus on you because staff, or me because horns. He had a dagger up his sleeve, which no baker needs, and the knot on his apron was tied to Vinta style. I sent a message to Red. She'll investigate.
You are more observant than you appear.
The good spies usually are.
I think some of my favorite companion interactions are the ones between the Iron Bull and Dorian. Or, fuck, Solus. Jesus. Oops. I also like the Iron Bull and Dorian ones, but don't worry about that. Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition.
It's a real party in here.
What has brought you to Redcliffe?
Is this some sort of test? We're here because you invited us in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
Well, that's very strange, because someone who looked exactly like you spoke to me in Val Royeaux a few days ago.
Exactly like
Ooh,
me?
that subtitle was fucked
I
up.
suppose it could be magic at work. But why would anyone... Whoever or whatever brought you here? The situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
This right here is why you can't trust mages.
Hey, man.
Andraste's ass. I'm trying to think of a single worse thing you could have done, and I've got nothing.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
Just immediately trade one oppressor for another.
Very well. Who's in charge now?
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
I'm evil.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
Thank you for not calling me Jesus Christ immediately, but could do without the foreboding. Interesting. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's been a single time that like a Tevinter mage has shown up and they haven't just emitted an aura of pure evil.
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Left? That's a polite way of saying thrown out on his ass.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
Oh yes, of course.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a Magister.
Our southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium.
Oh, cool.
As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights.
That's very reasonable.
As their protector, I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
Slaves.
For the moment, the southern mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our legion.
Of slaves.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this seems awesome.
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
That sounds absurdly suspicious.
You're quite a long way from Tevinter, Alexius.
Indeed I am, though I have heard you are no Ferelden either. It seems we are both strangers here. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious, indeed.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be.
Are you okay?
Felix.
My lord, I'm so sorry.
Fucking
Please forgive me.
poison.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time.
Oh, he's just a
Fiona, I
Victorian
require your
child
assistance
with
back
wasting
at the
disease.
castle.
I see.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
Oh, you're good. You're fine.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Alright.
Ooh, very mysterious.
Maybe the kid is not so bad. Or it's a trap.
There's no telling who or what will be waiting for us in that Chantry.
Only one way to find out.
Ooh, everyone's dancing? How lively. Wow, look at them all. Oh, they figured it out.
Magister Alexius wishes only mages to remain in Redcliffe. He will approve of you. He does not approve of me. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all Tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're one of the Tranquil.
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires.
So
Those now
fucked
in
up.
Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
How long have Devinters been here?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him.
2
Even
days.
the Arl was sent away.
Farewell, then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
Sure.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Guys, I feel like surprisingly animated for someone who's tranquil.
I'll ask around again
Oh.
tomorrow.
Solus is
Let me know if you
fucking
find
body blocking me.
We don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
Okay.
You'd rather bow to Devinther than join the Inquisition?
Don't tell me you bought the Chantry's lies about how evil Tevinter is. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free and the world hasn't ended.
God, Solus is... They're also, like, restless.
But don't Magisters summon demons and practice human sacrifice?
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. What's wrong with blood magic? People don't like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their wars.
In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
It works. Yeah, you know, except for all the slavery and using said slaves as like material components for spells, but okay.
Who are you?
Linnea. Just Linnea. Don't ask what circle tower I'm from, because we're done with that. We're all free mages now.
They've got kind of like a newly discovered atheist vibe to them. Hitting you with the, don't ask me what church I'm from. I'm free of that shit now.
I'm here because I believe mages deserve their freedom.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
Why would you not believe me? I'm literally a mage.
Inquisition, huh? I wish to holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
Who are you?
Name's Tolwyn, formerly of the Circle of Magi in Hosberg. Lived my whole life there. Since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day, quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
Yeah, unless you like seeing the outside as well.
If you were happy in the circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote saw to that. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. The rest of us went with them or were cut loose. I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. They're not like us. Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
They are not like us.
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
Well, that's perfectly fine with me. I've killed probably a few handfuls of Tevinter mages. Nothing in these rooms except for a few codex entries.
Yes.
Alright, where is this chantry? It's probably just up the road here.
You're from the... Take care.
Oh, we got in the... I don't know.
Mother, I had the dream again last night. No, there'll be no talk of this. It was so real. And when I woke up, the sheets were as cold as ice.
Having dreams. I kind of thought that would be like a side quest or something, but it was not.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
What an incredibly well-mannered and dashing gentleman. Alright, we got some guys. Honestly, fighting in close or like tight areas like this is advantageous for me because it lets me cover everyone with the barrier easier. Just instantly getting that back is just so fucking strong. I know I keep saying it, and I will likely say it for this whole playthrough. But that's because it's true. Easy.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly?
No fucking clue.
You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Indeed.
Who are you? Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Watch yourself. The pretty ones are always the worst.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Indeed.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor. Meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
You can do that?
He arranged it so he could arrive here just after the Divine died.
You catch on quick.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
That sounds fucking crazy.
I'd like more proof than magical time control. Go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
All this for me. And I didn't get Alexius anything.
Send him a fruit basket. Everyone loves those. You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
What a important seeming character. I wonder if he'll have any significance to the story. Probably not. Never mind all that shit that I said earlier. On accident. So it's definitely good to see people from Tevinter who like aren't totally crazy. I mean, or like evil. 'Cause like Krem is chill, but Krem is just like from Tevinter. And but these guys are like back at it at the DI at the DAI indeed. I always felt like writing it out like DAI made it sound like it was some sort of like
Does
body
Tevinter
of
really
government.
need cults? Aren't they weird enough?
Vince are all crazy. If it's not cults, it's demons or musical theater or something.
But I love musical theater. Alphabet Agency, indeed.
I am sister.
Okay, so now, at this point, we've kind of unlocked everything in terms of the companions that you can get in this first act, as well as the people who you can